Hi guys, Little Ozzy here, welcome back to another video on my channel. So now, I'm going to be reacting to 10 people finally discovered in strange places. I have never seen this, so it's going to be creepy and hope you guys like it. TheRichest.com.
Every day, countless people around the world go missing. Many are later found all right, but some unfortunately are not. Days, months, or even years later, a missing person's body can turn up. As you'll see, whether a case of foul play or just an accident, the condition, location, and background story linked to the discovered body can make for quite a creepy tale. Kendrick Johnson. In 2013, high school student Kendrick Johnson hadn't really been missing that long at all. But when some students climbed up on some old, rolled-up gym mats and found a body inside, things went from bad to downright strange. The body belonged to Johnson, and investigators said it appeared to be a case of accidental death after the teen had suffocated when he fell into the mat.
Don't think he
His
did,
parents
okay.
launched their own investigation, but were left speechless when it was found out their son's body had been stuffed with newspaper in place of his internal organs. Elisa Lam. On January 31st, 2013, the parents of Canadian Elisa Lam reported their daughter missing. A few weeks later, a guest from an LA hotel where Lam had been a guest reported low water pressure in their room. An investigation led to a rooftop water tank where Lam's body was discovered.
Oh my
What had
god.
happened? Some rather bizarre security footage is the last evidence we have of Lam being alive. Her strange behavior had people wondering whether she'd been stalked by a killer or perhaps was hallucinating after possibly not taking her medication. Erin Cruz. In October 2013, workers at a sewage plant in Los Angeles discovered the lower half of a female body. 2 days later, the upper half of the female body was discovered at another plant 30 miles away. The remains were identified as belonging to Erin Cruz, a woman who had disappeared just 3 days before the first parts were found. Making this all the more creepy, police reported that this was not an accident and that Cruz was likely dumped down a manhole which led to the plants. Lynn Spalding. In September 2013, Lynn Spalding checked into a San Francisco hospital with an infection. 2 days later, she vanished. After 2 weeks of searching, Spalding's body turned up, locked in a stairwell in the very hospital where she was a patient. It is believed that she became disoriented from her medication and wandered off. What is truly disturbing is that she went unnoticed for weeks, just a few feet from the people who were meant to help her. Gareth Williams. In 2010, Gareth Williams went missing. As he was a British spy, no one knew where he'd turn up. Things suddenly became bizarre when his body was discovered, zipped and locked in a gym bag in his apartment. Theories that this was an accident or a sex game gone wrong were quickly dismissed. In 2015, a former KGB agent allegedly shed some light on the matter by suggesting Williams was killed by Russian hitmen who had tried unsuccessfully to turn the British spy into a double agent. Kenneth Avery Smith. In early September 2013, Kenneth Avery Smith was reported missing. A former Marine and resident of Durham, North Carolina, Smith's body was later discovered in a rather unusual place. When insurance adjusters were inspecting a local store nearly 2 months later, they noticed legs sticking out of the air conditioning unit on the roof. The badly decomposed body was Smith, and it was clear he was stuck in the vent. Police stated he likely became stuck while trying to break into the store, eventually dying from dehydration. William Marshall. Nobody had seen William Marshall for days, so when a bad smell started coming from his New Jersey apartment, the superintendent was called in. Officials eventually broke into the apartment and found Marshall's body inside a garbage bag covered with a layer of concrete. He had been dead for quite some time, yet disturbingly, someone had been signing his rent checks during his disappearance. Given the location and use of concrete, we're pretty sure most people are linking this whole story with the mob. The Lost Climbers. Every year, people go missing in mountainous areas. In 2015, things took a creepy twist when the bodies of 2 people were found mummified on Mexico's highest peak. While their identities are yet to be uncovered, the two were believed to have died 55 years ago in an avalanche.
Well, it
Adding
depends
to
on
the
how
weird
dangerous
factor
the
is the fact
mountains
the
are.
bodies are posed, sitting upright with clenched fists and rather terrifying facial expressions. Let's just
Scary.
say most people would never want to stumble on such a disturbing find.
I didn't.
Lauren Moss. In November 2015, Lauren Moss was reported as missing from a rehabilitation clinic. Fast forward to February 2016, and police found her body inside her car in a Walmart parking lot.
Oh.
At first, police thought the body had only been in the car for a few days. Walmart security footage showed a far different story and suggested Moss had been dead in her car for months. It's rather disturbing to think that thousands of customers walked by or near Moss's car not knowing that her dead body had been sitting there all the while. Melissa Dietzel. In February 2012, a tree surgeon was called by residents to look at an oak tree near Sydney, Australia. People were complaining of a foul odor coming from the tree, but couldn't find a reason. When the expert arrived, he made the gruesome discovery that the smell was coming from a decomposing body of Melissa Dietzel. Dietzel, an American citizen, had been traveling and working in Australia. Her body was discovered 30 feet up in the tree, considerably decomposed, and leading officials to believe it was a case of suicide. Well, folks, that's our video. Thank you so much for watching. Let us...
Wow, powerful stuff. Okay guys, if you liked this video, give it a big thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, check out my other videos and don't forget to subscribe. And also comment down below which one scared you the most. Bye!